so if you can't hear me at any time, just wave at me, and we'll increase the volume. So thank you to everybody for coming this morning to what is, I think, a lovely venue here at Aston Marina. It's really great to see the second full room of the week. I know how busy everybody is, so I'm really, really pleased to see a full house and that we've got so many joining us on the webinar. If you look at the agenda, the actual title for this conference is pretty boring. Families and Communities Conference 2019. I guess if I was going to give it an alternative title, I'd say Cautiously Optimistic Conference 2019, for reasons that hopefully will become apparent during the morning. This is the second one of these that we've done. The challenge for me is to try and say exactly the same things that I said on Tuesday, which might be difficult, but hopefully the key messages will be the same. So before we start, I need to really thank the members of Employee Voice from Families and Communities who helped set the agenda for today and organise it. So if you don't enjoy it, blame them, not me. So she sidestepping. But what we're going to do to start with is have a little bit of a look back and then a look forward to the next 12 months or so. So time goes really quickly, doesn't it? Faster and faster. And it's 12 months since we had the last conference in Toxteth Racecourse. And before I go on, I just want to kind of check on the balance of kind of services in the room. How many people are from children's services in the broadest sense? Almost. Families. Libraries, arts, culture, trading standards, community safety, country clubs. I haven't got anybody, because we are in Broadchurch. No, that's children's services, isn't it? Sorry, Andrew. I think of that. Okay, so looking back over the last 12 months, it's been, and I say this every year, a pretty difficult year, not least financially. But with real good management across the local authority, the budget of the council in 18-19, back in March, was underspent, which is an absolutely amazing achievement at a time when we face massive financial challenges. Underspent by a couple of million from memory, and that was even though we were projecting halfway through the year as a council an overspend of around 7 or 8 million. That projected overspend of 7 or 8 million all sat with families and communities, mainly through the increase in children in our care and replacement budget. But actually, as families and communities, as a directorate at the end of the last financial year, we too underspent by about £10. Which I would take from where we were 6 months previously. So it's a huge thanks to everybody here and others who aren't in the room that we managed to achieve that, which is absolutely brilliant. An amazing effort. And even though it was a really difficult year financially, we still kept the wheels going round and we managed to achieve some great things. So I'm going to just run through a few highlights of the last 12 months for me. I apologise if I miss yours out, because there's a huge list. We're going to have a chance later to kind of share some of that anyway. But just kind of some of the things that stood out for me was the opening of St Mary's Library at Lichfield. How many people have been to the new library at Lichfield? Quite a few. What I would say to those who haven't, if you are in Lichfield, it's bang in the middle of the city centre, do go. It is the most beautiful and amazing building, which keeps the true nature of the old church that it was, an historic kind of essence of it, with a modern library. It's always full of people. I think with visitor numbers have gone through the roof, membership numbers I think have doubled, and the people who are actually going in and taking book books out is still increasing. It is a really beautiful and award-winning, in terms of its architecture, library, and has been covered on national news as well as local news. So please go if you get a chance. We saw the successful landing of the third stage of community managed libraries, even Penkridge, which has been a challenge for some years. And last night, which was really, really good news, this is different from Tuesday because it hadn't happened, we saw the MPFT community managed libraries, of which we've got several, win a National Health Service Award for Health and Local Government Partnership, which is really, really brilliant and got a lot of coverage on Twitter and elsewhere. We saw archives take possession of the Anglesey archives, which are massively important documents that capture the history of Staffordshire for future generations. Trading Standards had an outstanding year with numerous prosecutions of those who prey on and defraud the vulnerable. We saw the transfer of Consell Nature Park to the RSPB successfully, and despite possibly one of the most difficult years on record for children's social care, we still retained a good rating when we were inspected by Ofsted in February, which was a massive achievement given the challenges that we faced. In terms of education, £300 million identified for new schools over the next 5 years, having already invested £500 million in the 5 years before, and still near top performers in terms of parental choice for schools. Building resilient families and communities goes from strength to strength, working with 6,000 families now, and we're one of the few local authorities in the country to get earned autonomy because of the good work that we were doing. Continually high performance of our early years service, again, the top in the country, and lots more. But like all years, things don't always go to plan, and we have ups and downs. We saw almost exactly a year ago a local area review of our SEND services, which, whilst I think it told us what we knew, was still kind of not great to hear. And we do have a written statement of action to improve, which is kind of the equivalent of special measures for our SEND services. But that is alongside 50% of other local authorities in the country. So it's not like we're an outlier on that, but we still have significant work to do. We saw a rise in the number of children that we care for, our highest rate ever, above national average for the first time, which puts us on a par with inner city Manchester and inner city Birmingham, which is a concern. And we saw the Stafford Record Office Heritage Lottery Fund bid fall at the final hurdle, which was really sad because a huge amount of work had gone into it. The Heritage Lottery Funds have far less money now than they used to because we've stopped buying lottery tickets. And they only support kind of one in a region, and we lost out. However, they have encouraged us to resubmit, which we have done, and we've got through this year's first round, so fingers crossed for that. And education outcomes at Key Stage 4 in the summer were still not really where we wanted them to be. Still bubbling just below national average, which for a county like Staffordshire is probably not what we want for our children. So that was the kind of last 12 months. Lots achieved, lots to do, but a balanced budget, which is really brilliant. This year's budget is looking okay. We are projecting an overspend as families and communities, but that will be dealt with corporately, and I'll come on to that in a moment. So we are projecting as an authority more or less a balanced budget. And for next year, and this is the first time I think I've been able to say this for 8 years, and this is where the cautious optimism starts to come in, things look okay. I don't think I've ever said that in years and years. So, in the autumn statement, we had a one-off settlement for next year with some additional monies for social care and other things on top of that, which meant we received around £20 to £30 million for next year, more than we had budgeted for, which is really, really positive. and kind of puts us on an even keel. So I think for the first time in living memory, I am not engaged in an MTFS process at the moment, because as long as the savings that we've identified over previous years are delivered, there are no further savings to be found. So that's really good news, isn't it? Because I haven't been able to say that before. Having said that, things are bubbling away a little bit in terms of pressures, but we're trying to manage that. I guess why the optimism is cautious is that there's a one-year settlement. That's 2021. We don't know in 21, 22 how we are going to be funded and what that funding will be. Prior to a general election being called, it was anticipated that the government would have arrived at how local government would be funded in the medium term. Brexit and the election have got in the way of that. We don't even know which government we're talking about at that time. I think those who are wiser than me think that what will happen in 21, 22 is another rollover, because any new government won't have had the time to, as well as negotiating Brexit or not negotiating Brexit or something somewhere in between, won't have had the time to decide how we're funded in the future. So common sense says there'll be another rollover. What we don't know is, will that rollover include that extra 20 to 30 million? So that's a bit of a risk for us. So we're trying to kind of plough a middle field, I suppose, on that, by still trying to be as efficient as we can, still look at where we could make savings if need be, but optimistic that common sense seems to have kicked in a little bit in Whitehall around funding. So that's really, really good, I think, because for once, I'm not scratching my head looking for 5 bob in every corner that I've got. In terms of the next year's delivery, we've got the same strategic plan, but with one addition. So some of you may be aware that a couple of months ago at Council, Staffordshire was declared to have a climate change emergency, whatever that means, because that's a very kind of high-level statement. And so there will be things going into the strategic plan for 2021 that identify how, as an authority, we want to start to deal more effectively with the climate change challenges that we face. So that will be the big change. In terms of families and communities, there are changes. There will be restructures that have been planned for some time going forward. But I guess the real big change is around children's services and SEND, where we go into another phase of redesign. Based on best practice from elsewhere, based on a whole system approach with a district footprint. And the really positive news, I think, for all of families and communities, is the decision that will be taken in Cabinet in a couple of weeks' time to invest in children's services over the next 5 years, £8.1 million. At the time of the most significant financial challenges that we've had, that decision is huge, because there are parts of the authority that have lost 25 to 30% of their services over the last few years, and they will be funding these as well. That 8.1 million comes in 2 slugs. So Cabinet have set out a process this year and agreed an investment to try and stabilise, really, the pressures that we've got in terms of our children in care numbers. Putting more into our core care planning teams to deal with that pressure, and also more into virtual school to recognise the increased numbers, obviously, that the virtual school are working with. That's the least amount, really, because the significant amount goes in over the next 5 years following that. In addition to that 8.1 million, from Children's Services this year, I was supposed to say £3.3 million recurring over the next 5 years, and a few more bits on top of that, and I'm projecting an overspend. So Cabinet has agreed that that 3.3 million and that overspend will be funded corporately. And if you add all that together, that comes to £14 million. So £8.1 million worth of investment and the other stuff written off, which is massive. When you consider Stoke down the road, who you'll know, whose children's services are in a perilous state at the moment, have identified 5 million to improve their services. We have got 8.1 million investment and 30 million-ish written off effectively that I need to save. I think that for us is a massive vote of confidence and a massive expression, I guess, of how important Cabinet and Council view children's services and how they really see the importance of supporting families and children and young people, and therefore the communities, to have the best outcomes and the best lives that they can. So that's really, really good news. That's why I am optimistic, because it's taken about a year, if I'm honest, to get politicians, fellow directors there. And there's been a lot of work gone into doing that. But that is massive and really can't be underestimated. So what we'll be doing in children's services and in SEND, but also across all of families and communities, because I want everybody to have the opportunity to have some training, some development around a new model of working based on restorative practice. Has anybody been on any of the training yet on restorative practice? Did you enjoy it? Yeah. Did it feel optimistic? Yeah. Hopeful? Yeah. So what I'm hoping is that at some point over the next 12 months, every single member of staff within the department's directorate will get a chance to at least have a half a day on what that means. But I'll just kind of try and encapsulate what restorative practice means. So it's a set of beliefs, values and behaviours that focus on building and repairing relationships on the basis that outcomes are improved when those who support people work with and alongside them, instead of making decisions for them or doing things to them. To focus on removing barriers, encourage a sense of community, understanding and strengthening relationships with children, young people and families, and empowering them to share responsibility and bring about positive changes in their own lives. It's about finding out what people can do and working with them to build on those strengths in order to mitigate risks and overcome challenges they may face. Focus of restorative practice is on relationships, and it's just as important to use these principles and behaviours every day in your workplace with your colleagues as well as with children and families. If you're not modelling what you're teaching something different. And that last message I'm going to pick up later, because I think it's really important that if we are going to positively work differently for families and children that we touch, then we absolutely have to be working in the same way with people that we share an office with, people that we talk to on the telephone, partners, because otherwise it won't be a genuine approach. It will feel false and not authentic, and we can't really have that. So that's it really, the looking back and the looking forward. So I do hope that you leave today at lunchtime with a little more hope than normal and a little more optimism than normal. I really think as a council, as a public service, as a directorate, as all the functions that sit in that directorate, it's time to lift the heads up a bit. We've done a lot of navel gazing, we've done a lot of counting pennies, a lot of monitoring, a lot of worrying, but it's time, I think, to get the mojo back a bit and to remember why we're all here, because we're all here to make a difference to families and communities of Staffordshire. And I'm really optimistic that we've done it already, but that we can do it and be really proud and confident of a new way of working. And that we kind of get back that sense of real pride in public service and a real sense of all working together to make the best difference for Staffordshire. Because optimism is a strategy for making a better future. Because unless you believe that the future can be better, we are unlikely to step up and take responsibility for making it so. Because it's us in this room and the people who aren't in this room that work for this directorate that will make that change. And we all know that the best way to predict your future is to create it. Thank you.